Doreen, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I had the earphones on, so I thought you would be able to hear, but it's good to see you. It's good to be here. Thank you very, very much for inviting me to come. I feel very honored to be able to come to this platform. Hello, everyone. Hello, every superstar. You are not here by mistake. This is the place to be. So I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for inviting me, Pieros. My name's Doreen Aluda. I'm married to a wonderful man called Frederick Aluda, who is my partner in the business. And we joined New Life International in February 2019. And the reason we joined was because we had very poor health. 2018 was a very difficult year to go through. And when somebody invited us,
Doreen looks like her network has a problem.
I'm not sure if Madam President remembers, I had actually met you earlier when my daughter sent me Aloe Vera Plus. And it helped me a lot. Medical problem that I had lived with for 27 years. And for those who are in the medical field, you would understand what vertigo is all about. It's a very difficult situation to deal with. And I had suffered from it for 27 years. So I was willing to try anything. And so I was very glad to be able to join New Life. And I have used the products and they have helped me a lot. Now, in using the products, one of the things that I first learned, so I thought, was so long as I have the green book, I'm good to go. I will just check whatever problem I have, and I will be able to find out what I need for whatever problem I had or anybody having a problem. But then sooner or later, I learned that is not enough. It is so important to be able to understand the products, not just for yourself, but also for the customers, for the people that you will meet, and you need to be able to tell them if they have an issue, what product to use. Now, to tell anyone what product to use in your life, you need to know what the product is. And I mean knowing the product to some extent, not necessarily scientifically, but knowing the product to such a level that you can be able to explain to someone, if you have this condition, you can use this product and this is what it will do. And so I decided to start learning a bit more about the products. And it has been a wonderful blessing to be able to know what I need to take, when I need to take it, and how and what it will do into my body. So I got a bit intrigued with the CoQ10, and that's what I'll be talking about today. CoQ10, which is a product that has been produced by Neolife. But before we get into CoQ10 production, we want to know what is Q10 just by itself. What's Q10? Now, scientifically, this particular substance is known as ubiquinone. Now, those who are medically oriented will know what that means, ubiquinone, but the Q10 itself refers to a chemical makeup of a substance, just like the water. Our president, you are scientists. So when we say water, we're talking about H2O. When you talk about H2O, is a component that is two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. It makes water. We shorten it chemically like that. So Q10 it's similar to that. Is a chemical makeup of a substance. And CoQ10 is a coenzyme. Now, before I go further to explain what CoQ10 is, let me say, what is an enzyme? Today, I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to talk about this, but what exactly is an enzyme? I'm not scientifically oriented. So I went into the dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, and it says an enzyme is a substance produced by all living things which helps a chemical change happen or happen more quickly without being changed itself. So it's a substance, and it's produced by all living things, and it helps chemical changes in our bodies. Now, our bodies are made up of cells, as we all know, and those cells, there is chemical change every single day, every single moment. Some chemical change is happening in our bodies and is influenced by very many different things. And so CoQ10 is a coenzyme, and or in other words, is a vitamin-like substance found throughout the body, and especially in the heart, liver, kidney, and pancreas. And it is very necessary for the enzymes so that the enzymes can do its work. So the coenzyme of CoQ10 helps the enzyme to be able to operate more well to help the body in all the chemical changes that happen in the body. So what's the purpose of this particular CoQ10? Now, CoQ10 is required, as I've said, in of many feeling very weak. So this particular coenzyme that assists the enzymes and is a vitamin in nature helps the necessary enzymes to operate effectively and efficiently. So it supports, and you have seen probably from the different pictures that we see of the CoQ10 that is sent to us by Neolife International, or what we see when we go into internet and we are able to find out details about the different products. When you see the picture of CoQ10, you will see that it is it's for cardiovascular health. It helps our heart. It supports the healthy function of the heart. So we need that CoQ10. It also plays an important part in metabolism in our bodies. CoQ10 is also acts as an antioxidant. So it helps to protect our cells from damage. So you can see it's a very important product for our bodies. It improves the symptoms of congestive heart failure. Again, we need it for our heart, for our cardiovascular health. So it improves the symptoms of congestive heart failure. In other words, if there's something going to happen to your heart, you are able to see what is going on, because the CoQ10 will help improve the symptoms. It can also be used in recovery purposes for any surgery to the heart, or to the valves of the heart, or to any bypass surgery. It does help to be able to encourage or facilitate faster healing. And then it also prevents different medical situations such as migraine headaches, Parkinson's disease, high blood pressure, any chest pain of any nature, among others. The CoQ10 helps in that area. So you might want to ask, how does the body then replenish or make or obtain CoQ10? Because it seems to be a very important, or it is a very important substance in our bodies. How does it get replenished? Now, usually found in small amounts in most of people. This just have it, and much need to remember, 20 grams per day as per World Health Organization requirements or directives, or from seafood. And most healthy people have enough of CoQ10 naturally. Naturally, we have enough of it. However, why then, if we say naturally we have enough of it, it is eaten in small amounts, we find it in meat, we are always eating meat, seafood, for most people who come from those areas, even fish and things like that. So why do we need to supplement? Now, one thing is obvious, our natural production of CoQ10 slows down as we age. So if you are at my level on my floor, you know that possibly your CoQ10 levels have gone down. It is a natural state of depletion. And I think probably that is the challenge. It is a natural state of depletion. It depletes naturally in your body. As you grow older, it is said that by the age of 50, it is more than 50% depleted. So one would say, okay, that then must explain why it is so important for us to take care of that particular coenzyme, because it is depleting naturally. You get to 50 years, it is probably 50% depleted. That means if you get to 60 years, it is 60% probably depleted. And you begin to feel tired by that time, and you wonder why you're feeling tired, and chances are your cells are not being replenished as they should be, because it is an enzyme, a coenzyme that is depleting naturally, and you don't usually think about it. Perhaps at some point when you are over 50, you begin to just feel tired, and you wonder why you are feeling tired. It just means that your cells do not have enough energy to do what you used to do. What you used to do with very little effort, you no longer can do it with even as much effort as you want to put in, because your body is getting weaker, your cells are getting weaker, your cells, the CoQ10 is getting depleted, and therefore the chemical reactions that happen in your body are not happening as they should. They are not happening more quickly as they should, because the coenzyme is getting depleted. So it becomes very necessary that we consider what should we do in order to keep up our energy, in order for our heart to keep up working the way it should work, in order for our muscles to keep working the way they should work, because they are getting weaker every time with age. So when you find that your cells do not have enough energy, you begin to worry. And when you can't do what you used to do, then you wonder, what is it that is making me feel so tired? And when you reach the 6th, 7th floor, by that I mean 60 to 70 years and above, it is going so low that if you don't do something about it, you might find you are unable to handle even the slightest or smallest of activity. Now, this situation is made worse by the unhealthy diet that we are taking every day and the unhealthy lifestyle patterns. Now, as I said earlier, World Health Organization, we have learned about it as members of Neolife, that don't take more than 20 grams of meat, don't take too much oil, don't take too much sugar, and please exercise. But unfortunately, we ignore that a lot. And therefore, we are actually funding the depletion of this important coenzyme. So even the use of prescription over the counter that we don't even understand can also cause depletion of the enzyme. So these are the things that are happening every day, and we are always going to the counter to buy medicine without thinking about it because you have a headache. And I'm told a headache is usually a sign of something else. So when you have a headache and you run for a Panadol, you're probably doing more damage to yourself than you should, instead of getting proper medical attention. And so we also learned that lower levels of this coenzyme could result in heart failure, as I've said earlier, and high blood pressure. And I also discovered even gum disease. Gum disease can be caused because of lack of this coenzyme. Parkinson's disease, blood infections of all sorts, certain diseases of muscles, even HIV infection can be caused, can come because of the lack of this particular enzyme. So that means it is very necessary that we must find something to help us continue to build this particular coenzyme so that it can enable the necessary enzymes of the heart, of the brain, of the muscles, and other areas of our bodies to continue working and happening and causing the chemical reactions in our bodies to work normally and at the speed that they should. And so we want to thank God for Neolife, because Neolife in 2017, they came up with this particular product called CoQ10. And as we all know, as per Neolife's practice, this product has been sourced from nature and delivered in a clinically proven dose, so that we do not have to worry about it. And it supports optimal cellular energy production. Optimal. That means we get the best. In fact, what I have learned is this particular product, within 2 minutes, it dissolves into our cells and it begins to work. And so we can become stronger, and we don't have to go down with age. We can become stronger and stronger and stay at optimal energy production if we use the CoQ10 that Neolife has offered to us. It's a wonderful product. I have used it before. And I didn't use, at the time I used it, wasn't because I even knew much about it. It's just that I used it and I was wondering why I was so energetic. And I was moving around and doing work. And by the evening, I am not even tired. And I'm like, wow, this product is something else. And so it's a product that is wonderful. And I would recommend everyone to use it, whether you have a problem or not, whether you feel weak or not, whether your energy has started going down or not, use it, because prevention is always better than cure. We have learned that over and over. Now, there are some symptoms that we can look out for. These symptoms will help us to know whether we are having any shortage of this particular coenzyme. Now, such symptoms like seizures, neurological abnormalities, seizures or intellectual inabilities, nerve pains, or just your body feeling you can't place your finger on it. Those are some of the things. And I just want to give a little example. And I'm looking at the time, Madam President. I hope I don't go over the time. The nerve pains, my daughter had a problem with that. And we didn't really know what was the problem. She has had several operations. And one of the doctors in the opportunity helped us, because every time she went to the doctor, they misdiagnosed and gave her the wrong medicines, and she got more sick. And when I talked to one of our opportunity doctors, he said, no, with the nerves, they will heal slowly, give her CoQ10 plus several other products. And she's good now. She's not as bad as she used to be. She's using CoQ10, Trienen, Cruciferous, you name it, and she is good. She's able to go on with her life without too much pain. I believe she'll be very well pretty soon. Also, I'll just give a little example a little later. And then there is also progressive muscle stiffness or spasticity. Okay, the muscles become stiff and they don't move the way they ought. Now, both dystomia and spasticity, my husband has had it, and it just came out of nowhere. He was at church, and coming from church, he couldn't walk. Our church is very near, and he wondered, why am I not able to walk? He had so much pain. And so what we did, we just bought CoQ10. By the way, he never even went to the doctor for that. So we bought CoQ10 and he used CoQ10. He works perfectly now. He doesn't have any problem. I'm about to buy some more CoQ10 so that he can keep on it. It's a wonderful product and everyone should use it. I couldn't believe it. How can muscles just refuse to move out of nowhere and you are okay? And they became so stiff, and he was walking like a 90-year-old man. And I'm so glad that we are in Neolife, because he was able to use CoQ10. And then you may also have abnormal eye movements, or your vision might begin to degenerate. And you may wonder, why am I not able to see properly? Also, you may have a vision loss, and that's caused by degeneration. So these are symptoms that we all can look out for if you see them, but the better part would be, don't look out for them. Use CoQ10 so that you don't have to get to that level where you have to be listening to the symptoms and wondering whether something is happening to your muscles, or is happening to your heart, is happening to your body as a whole. No, do not wait for that. Let's use CoQ10. Neolife has provided it, and we are good to go. And I'm really grateful to Neolife for that. So as I finish, I want to finish right. If you are a blood pressure patient, remember, CoQ10 raises high blood pressure. So if you have a blood pressure problem, see your doctor first of all before you start using CoQ10. Thank you very much, Madam President. I hope I've not gone beyond my time, but I'm excited about the product. I am so glad I learned about it, and I'm continuing to learn about many other products. So thank you, bye-bye, everyone, and thank you for listening to me.
Wow, wow. Hey. Doreen, that is wonderful and congratulations. Surely you've
you.
actually excited all of us. Congratulations for what you've done. And surely you have researched on the topic of CoQ10. And so I think all of us know that everything that was mentioned is touching on each one of us. So I'm very sure tomorrow, each one of us is going to get yourself a bottle of CoQ10. I'm just shocked to discover that, and yet I've been in this opportunity for quite some time. By the way, Doreen has given us the information. Is very clear and very, very easy to understand, even by a layman like us. So thank you, Doreen, for sacrificing your time to come and teach us. We know that you are very busy and you're doing so much. And I know that you are our upcoming director very soon. So that was really nice. We are going to provide the recording so that everybody can go through again, because we need to help our people. If for sure Mr. Aluda was just got a problem and by using CoQ10 without going to the hospital, he got better, then I think, I was just telling Josphat, I think tomorrow we are getting a case of CoQ10. So thank you for that. God bless you so much. And I know we are going far together. So superstars, thank you. We want to now invite our other speakers who are going to take us through the next session. And I want them to just take it away so that they can introduce the topic to us. So Elizabeth and Charles, please come on board, and now you can take it over.
Thank you so much, our leaders, Pieros and Josphat, for that great introduction. And I'm congratulating Doreen. I don't know, I'm so touched, I'm so moved. Thank you so much. I think when I grow up, I want to be like you, to have that energy like you. So before I proceed, I'm going to give Charles to just say hi, then I can take it over.
Okay, hi everyone.
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Elizabeth. They are living a good life or a normal life, but we found out that if we don't take charge of our life right now, we are going to be in a rat race forever and ever. And most of the time you want to do things, you find the salary that you have, you must budget to the cent. So really you don't move far, you have go far. So when we found this opportunity, we were really excited. At least it's something you can do on a part-time basis for now, but time, and it's exciting. In the 6 months, we've really learned a lot, or we've really gotten so much, from personal development or personal growth to earning, because we've moved from the level of being a distributor as we joined to the level of an emerald at the moment. So we are really, really excited. We know our future is very bright. So with that brief introduction and a small story of myself about the business. So I'm going to take you through social media. I know most of us, or everyone, because what we are even using right now is social media. It's a virtual meeting. We are each seated in our houses, in our sitting rooms, or some are driving, and we are together in a meeting. So this is part of social media. So I'm just going to define what is social media. Social media is a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through building of virtual networks and communities. So of course, these are virtual communities, virtual networks, because you can connect with someone in the US, you can connect with someone in South Africa. We are connecting right now. We are in Nairobi. Some of you are in Eldoret, Kisumu. Some are even overseas, Tanzania, Finland, you know, and the like. So, and we are together in one meeting. So it's able, this of us really requires that, because we've said in our mission that we need to make the world a healthier and a happier place. So being a healthier and a happier place, we can't just concentrate on our family. We can't just concentrate on our nearby community. We must include or encompass everyone, because this opportunity is for everyone. So you may ask, what is the importance of the social media? Social media enables us to build relationships, because you meet someone on Facebook, you connect, either in terms of the interest that you have, and you get to know each other. You share your expertise. If you're an accountant, you meet another accountant, so you share expertise, you increase your visibility. You also get educated through social media. You get to learn so much, either through YouTube, through Facebook and all that. Then you also get to connect at so I think the various I'll mention a few. We have just a moment.
Okay, just a moment that she gets some water.
For that, I'm now back. I was going to share about the various social media platforms. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have WhatsApp, we have Pinterest, we have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, we have Snapchat and TikTok. Those are just but a few. I know most of us, especially the young people, we know even much more than that. And those are just the platforms where we meet people all over the world, we connect with them, we create relationships and all that. So there are various advantages of using social media. One, you're able to reach a large audience, because you are not just reaching your immediate family members and people around your community. And then you have a direct connection with your audience. Like right now, when we are even talking on Zoom, I mean, it feels like you are talking to people seated in a room or something like that. So you get to connect with them, and then you're able to drive traffic to your website, because as you connect with them, you get to know their interests, and you can connect with them and let them know about your website and what you do and all that. Then I'm going to share some of the the do's and the don'ts on Facebook. I know most of us have accounts on Facebook, because that is, as we'll see from statistics, Facebook is the highest used social media, especially in Kenya, after WhatsApp. WhatsApp is number 1 in Kenya, then number 2 is Facebook, but I'll show you that statistics after I finish what I have. So the do's. What do you show on your profile picture on Facebook? You should be able to show your authentic you. You are you. Don't have pictures of either animals. You could be admiring a car, but don't put that as your profile picture. People want to know you. If I say I'm Elizabeth Katam, I am not a Mercedes, I am not a Range Rover, I'm a human being. I mean, you should be able to relate with me as me, you know. And then you should also be posting things that really add value to people's lives. And I can see someone was saying I'm too fast, so I'll try to slow down. You should be able to post things that really adds value to someone. Post something that can inspire someone. Post something that can change their life. Post something that you are doing that you know can really touch someone else's life. And then you should also be able to join groups. And this one has been emphasized by our leader, Pieros. And most of the time when I get an exciting group, she will invite me. When I get one, I'll invite her. And this has really helped us to connect with so many people, because you find there are groups that are formed and they have over 200,000 people. So you can imagine if you post your story, or if you post something of interest to that group, you find that you're able to tap into other people, and you're able now to take them to the site that is in their messenger, and then you can start connecting. And some eventually even come joining your business, or even becoming your customers. Then the other thing is about creating pages. Facebook has that platform where you're able to create a business page besides your profile, your own personal Facebook account. You can have a business page whereby you're able now to post things about your business. You can decide you're going to post things that address a certain kind condition, or a certain challenge that people are facing. So people get to come to your page and they get that information, and they'll want to know more. So you get to interact with them, and you get to either make them join the business, or they can become customers. And then, of course, when you're having your pages, don't put a page that talks about this disease, is it the products, you mix them with conditions. It's like you putting everything mixed up. If you're talking about addressing certain challenges, just put that on its own page. If you want to create about just awareness of the product, that should be another page. So don't mix those together, because people will get confused, and along the way they may not even follow what you're trying to talk about. And then we also have options given to us, because Facebook is free. You can sign up, you can have your page for free. But if you want to reach a higher number of audience, you can boost. There's something called boosting. Boosting is paying for that page to be advertised to various platforms. So that is good, because you see, when you do the boosting, you're able to even choose your target. That is, if you're targeting a certain gender, you're able to select. If you're targeting a certain age, you're able to select the city, everything. So you set all your parameters. Then you're able to even choose the amount of money you want to incur. If you want to spend 100 shillings, 500 shillings, you're able to set that limit, and even the number of days that advertisement will run. If you want it to run for a week, 5 days, 3 days, it's up to you to choose. So the goodness now with running the ad is you've already selected your niche. You want to get these kind of people, you've already set your parameters. So it becomes very easy to target those people. And once they come on board, now you are able to get to them, and you let them know about the opportunity. Then it's up to them now to make a decision, because there are those that will even go to the level of exchanging their contacts with you. And of course, you should be free enough to even start sharing yours, so that they're also comfortable sharing their contacts with you, and you can connect on even a higher level in terms of even making calls and all that. So I talked about Facebook mainly because that is what we know a lot about. And of course, WhatsApp is almost on each one of us phones, if we have smartphones, of which we do. I know most of us maybe have logged in using the phones. So it's also another platform. We have these, they call what, status. Other than now, your phone, there's WhatsApp where you have your people, and then now there's the status where now you can post inspirational messages, you can put a product and let people know, and they can contact you and they can get the product. So I'll go straight away because of time to share my screen and show you the statistics in Kenya that was done in 2020 about social media. Just a moment. Yeah, I hope you can see my screen. So it's digital data for Kenya in the year 2020. So you can see there the overview of the internet use. So 22.8 million Kenyans use the internet, which is translate to 43% of the population. Then we have the growth in terms of people using or uptake of the internet is plus 16%. So that's an increase, which translates to 3.2 million Kenyans. Then the other statistic is that the mobile the use of the internet is used on mobile, the internet and the social media use. We have the population, we have 53.17 million who are in the urban centers, which is 27%. Mobile phone connections, we have 52.06 million, which is 98% of the population. So basically everyone in Kenya has a phone. Then the internet users, 22.86, which is 43%. That is what we've talked about in the earlier slide. And then the penetration in terms of active social media users is 8.8. So at any given moment, if you're able to reach the 8.8, that is the total number of people who are frequently using the social media, be it Facebook, WhatsApp, and all that. So the leading social media pages in Kenya, so you can see number one is WhatsApp at 89%. So be sure if you have so many people in your contact, because how WhatsApp operates, if you've saved someone's number and they've not saved yours, they'll not see maybe your status, but of course you can still chat and exchange information. But if they've not saved your contacts, you are not able to see their status or what they are posting. So it's good if you have someone's number, they should also like save your number so that they're able to see what you're posting. Facebook, 81%, YouTube, 58.4%, Facebook Messenger, that is inbox for Facebook, 37, Instagram, 37 also, Twitter, 34, and like that until Skype is 8.6. So Skype is really used very low in Kenya, and even TikTok. So if you want to reach out to so many people, we should maximize with the WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Then the categories of people, the ages where now we can get these people. Between the ages of 18, 24, and 25 to 34, that is where the highest population are in social media. So if you're targeting 65 plus, you're only targeting a 3.2%. You see, that's very low. So the key is to target between 18 and maximum is 44. But of course, it depends with the product. There's a product that maybe you'd want it to reach maybe 45 and above, or from 35 and over, so you can still do. But the majority of the population using social media is between 18 and 34. Then, so I single out now Facebook, because that is what we really want to be using to do our business. And that is, it's still following the same trend. You can see between 18 and 34 or slightly 44, those are the people who are majorly using Facebook. So if we can be able to maximize on it, I think we are able to get a lot of traffic our way, and we're able to introduce them to our opportunity, and then now we follow up, and eventually they either join or they become our customers. So that is it from my end on social media. So I hope I've not been too fast. And I hope we've been able to learn something about social media. So I'm going to take it back to Piros and Josephat. Thank you so much for listening to me.
All right. Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for that wonderful presentation. And thanks a lot, the young girl there, Doreen. You know, age is in the mind. If you want to be old, and when you decide that you remain 18 throughout, like Doreen has decided, then that is how it works. So we really want to appreciate our two speakers for taking quality time to give us quality stuff. And as Piero said, we will be availing this presentation. Before you sleep, you will be having it. It's always good to rewind slowly as you take notes. Now, we use the remaining time to do the recognition. And before I start sharing the recognition slides, I may want to say I want to those who have joined us recently. I can see likes of Richard, among others. Those who are just a week old or a day old or a month old or a year old, or maybe you are only 2 years old in the business. You joined us recently. You know, we tell people before your first 2 years, don't say at hii kitu haifanyi ama iko namna gani. You can only say that it's not working if you have committed to do it wholeheartedly, and for 2 years there is no breakthrough, which is not possible, by the way. It's not possible. It's only that people conclude in their first 1 or 2, 3 days, first 1 week, first 1 month. I have seen some people who join in the morning and in the evening, they tell me, it's not working. I mean, they should be talking of, I am not working, not it's not working. But the point I wanted to communicate so that we don't make some mistakes at the very beginning is the fastest you start sponsoring, the better for your business. That's the starting point. The fastest you start sponsoring, the better for your business, because you realize that you'll start now building high volume of PVs very fast. Of course, we also say the earlier you get your first customer, the better. It feels so nice and very exciting, especially those who have not been in business before. And all of a sudden you are now making some profits. It feels so nice. Even if it's just 1,000 in a day or 500. Imagine when you are, some Pierrot loves doing some mathematics, and whenever she makes profits, she compares with how much she was earning in the profession of teaching when she was a high school teacher. And honestly speaking, sometimes from profit alone, she makes more in a week than she used to make in a month. So making profits is very sweet. Now the point is this. For you to be effective in sponsoring or selling at the very beginning of your business, please know that you are not yet knowledgeable and convincing enough at the beginning. If time allows, I will give one person who is really moving very fast to just say something in a few seconds. But then the secret that she's likely to mention is that she will disturb us as uplines every single day, twice or thrice. And when you do that, in our business, you should not feel like you are disturbing. You are actually helping your upline to help you. Remember, your upline director is very busy, and he or she has kept that busy by other committed success lines. You don't call them downlines. Other committed success lines. They are on our toes. How do I do this? What do I give to someone who is having challenges? I am here with a friend of mine and she wants to understand the business more. So if you go silent, please, I really wish this can penetrate into our hearts. If you go silent, then you miss the chance to sponsor very fast and to sell very fast. So, and it also assures your upline director that you are committed, you are doing the business. Otherwise, if you join and you go silent, how will your upline know that you are really doing the business? So that's food for thought. Engage your upline director very fast. Actually, I would say, don't be too fast to talk to people out there. First, talk more with your upline director, more than you are talking to your friends out there. The reason is, if you go talking too much to your friends out there, then you spoil your own market. Now, later you want your upline to talk to your friends that you have already spoiled. They already have some mental wrong expectation and, you know, misconception about our opportunity. So guys, if you joined yesterday, don't go very fast to talk to people, talk to your upline director first. And then if you are to talk to your friends, the last part, then we go to recognition very fast. If you are to talk to your friends about the business or the products, and especially the business part, please limit yourself to very few ones. Like, your upline director will give you many other useful ones. I have found an opportunity that is very promising, and I would want you to listen to it and you tell me whether we can do it together to boost our lives, to you know, earn extra income. Don't go beyond that. If you go beyond that, now you are presenting. Then of course they will be curious to know what it is. Then you can tell them, there is a meeting I have been invited through Zoom, and I will share the link with you so that we attend together. Then at the end, you tell me you are thinking about it. So it is that simple. And you will not even have stress. You will not panic of being asked many questions by your prospect. I hope that helps us to be able to sponsor as many people as possible into our business. Now, here we go. We want to recognize the people who have started sponsoring. Let me put the slideshow there. So Superstars team recognition. And we start with personal sponsoring. I love when you hang on there and you appreciate the people who have sponsored and with high personal PVs, because that is the only way you will also be recognized very soon. So now let's see those people who have sponsored one. And if you have sponsored one by now, you can be sure that you can sponsor 2 or 3 or 4, whatever the number. Sorry for that. All right. Network has a way of sabotaging meetings. So, but we have a way of being patient and not feeling bad about it. Okay, so let me share again. Sorry, my network misbehaved a bit. But this is where I was on sponsoring. Those who have sponsored one, we start with those who have sponsored one, and let's clap for them. We start with Patrick Jogu. Congratulations. We have Lydia Mwesa, Jane Hungura, Celestine Odwo, Margaret Adwet, Okesh Florence, Dr. Julia Adiabo, Lynette Ombenga, Philip Ngeno, Rosemary Ruvandare, Constantina Sang. And then we have Mary Nyambura Jenga and Gladys Coril. So let's appreciate those who have sponsored at least one. Remember, when you sponsor 2, you get branded, Neolife branded masks. And of course, we also have some botanical balances if you do the other botanical balance when you do a few other things. Now, no one has sponsored 2. So let's make sure that in the next recognition, so many are recognized for sponsoring too. But then the second person, the top two, we have number 2 has sponsored 3 personal, and that is Josephat and Pieros. Clap for us. All right, thank you very much. The harder you clap for other people, the easier it becomes for you to qualify for the club. And we already have someone who is literally flying, having sponsored not even 4, but more than that within that short period of the month. And so our position number 1 in personal sponsoring, having sponsored 5 already, is none other than Leah Titani. Congratulations, Leah. That is a great job done. Because of time, she will talk to us next week. I'm sure she will have doubled this. And she's literally flying. If you don't sponsor the way Leah is sponsoring, then you slow your business down. Now let's recognize those who have done high personal PVs. We start with the number 10, that is Charity Sabila, 266, congratulations. Then we have Josephine and Richard Kiremi, congratulations, 286. Then we have Samuel and Mandris Nakanio, 329. Number 7, we have all the way in Eldoret, Jane Wangusi, 333. Then we have our directors in Nairobi, Haron and Damaris Masharia, 361. Number 5, we have Father Lucas Juma from Uguja, 373. Position number 4, we have Reverend Samuel Moshoga, 382. And then the top 3, I'm very proud of these people. We have Leah Titania again there, 392. Congratulations, Leah. Position number 2, we have Josephat and Pieros Karaoke at 551. And we have our position number 1, all the way from Finland. That is Milka Kipkoech, 1,505. Well done, Milka. We are so proud of you, and keep going. And I challenge all of us, anyone can be in top 10 next week. Just talk to as many potential customers as possible. The beauty with this is, as you make these high points, it means your bonus check will also be very high, and your profits are also very, very high. So I must remind us of this, and we are so happy for those who are working to qualify for this free botanical balance. Remember, this is the last month of getting the botanical balance, and everyone must get it, surely. It's worth about 5,000 Kenya shillings. Why should you fail to get it for free? And you only need to step up to manager if you are a distributor, or to senior manager, and you get it for free. And then if you are a qualified manager, you qualify at 500 points, and you sponsor 2 people personally, and you get the botanical balance. If you are a qualified senior manager, you sponsor 2, and you get 2 botanical balance. Oh, sorry. It's a nice way of testing patience. It's a nice way of testing patience, and I can tell you, all of us have passed the test. We are still 90 as we were before the network fluctuated. So keep passing the tests. That's how you get to the top in our business. So I was only emphasizing on the need to get the botanical balance. And the last thing I want to mention is those who are becoming directors this month. I can see likes of Faith Gaira there, Doreen, and the others who are becoming directors. Please note that we have such a mega breakfast. We'll give you the exact date, but early June, all those who are becoming directors this month, together with those who became directors the last 2 months. And it will be so exciting to see all of you in that heavy breakfast. Let's feast together. I mean, we look for PVs out there. Then we come into a 5-star hotel with a who is who, and we spoil ourselves. Wani, we spoil ourselves. And again, our new directors, you also get 10,000 Kenya shillings when you become a brand new director. So let's go for it. We are equal to the task. Let's save time. Redeem every single minute for your business. And guess what? It doesn't matter where you are right now. By the end of the month, you can be where you want to be. So let's put a high gear. And as I said, I want to close by repeating that you must work very closely with your upline director. Don't give them breathing space. And when you are successful, they will also be very, very happy for you. So we stop at this. Thank you so much for showing up in big numbers. We have no other way of getting to the top than training very hard. They say in the military, train hard, fight easily. And the opposite also applies. If you don't train hard, then during the fight, you'll be the first victim to go down. So thank you so much. God bless you. Have a lovely night and see you at the top.
Thank you.